Hello everybody, it's Zenovia, Travis, welcoming you back to the next installment of my collection videos. This is going to be a new, slightly different concept, I should say, than my previous ones, which were just focusing on one house. This will actually be 3 different houses where I only owned a couple of bottles from. One house I own 2, the next one I own 2, and the final one I own 5, so it's still going to be quite a few fragrances. But we're going to start off with the House of Chanel. And the fragrances that we got from the House of Chanel would be, the first one would be the lemon cream pie of the fragrance game. Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. And that is the lemon cream pie and peppery fragrance. Beautiful stuff. Great for the summer. Real crowd pleaser. Everybody seems to like it. I've never come across anybody that didn't care for it. And that is Allure Homme's Edition Blanche. That's my number 1 there from that house. The second one, and this is the last one that I own from the House of Chanel, is, Bleu de Chanel. Bleu de Chanel, obviously, incense, grapefruit, woodsy. It's kind of tame. Does project very well, but it's a very safe fragrance, in my opinion. It's a very crowd-pleasing fragrance as well. There's also, this is the EDT, there's also an EDP, which has more of an amber base to it. I actually prefer the EDP. I've smelled that recently, but as of right now, I only have the EDT, but eventually I would like to get the EDP in my collection. We're going to go to the next house. Again, I only have 2 from this house as well, and the first one is, the house is from Hermes, and the first one that we have from the house is... Oh, it's upside down, damn it. But you saw it. Vetiver Tonka. Vetiver Tonka is a great fragrance. It is a fragrance of, guess what? Vetiver Tonka. Yeah. Kind of telling you what it is. Jean-Claude Elena, great fragrance. Very green, very spring-like. It is not a fragrance that I would really ever wear outside of the spring. I mean, maybe you could wear it in the summer. But for me, it's just kind of like a spring casual staple. And that is, again, from the house of Hermes, Vetiver Tonka. These are the Hermescence line. These are the travels from the Hermescence line. The other one that I have is also a travel from the Hermescence line. And this one is, so you can see that, Ombre Narguilé. Ombre Narguilé is a very, very gourmand, foodie, apple, vanilla, apple pie kind of fragrance. But a little darker than something like, say, Boss Bottled, which is also has that apple pie kind of feel, or Sushi Imperial, which also, again, has that apple pie kind of feel. This is definitely a darker, richer scent. I personally have some longevity issues with it. I'll spray the hell out of myself with it, and usually get in about 6 hours, it's gone. And I mean, not even a skin scent, it's gone. But when it's around, it's definitely a crowd-pleasing fragrance. Everybody seems to really enjoy it. I know I do. When you buy these collections of the travels from Hermes, they request that you buy 4 at a time, but I only really liked these 2 scents, so I also have backup bottles of both of these travels in the other room in the little bags that they come in. And the other house that I'm going to be talking about is going to be the house of Guerlain. And I have 5 fragrances from Guerlain. The first one that we're going to be showing is Guerlain Homme. This is a wonderful lime, citrus, mint fragrance. Also has a bit of a vetiver base. Very good, very spring-like again. But the lime in this makes it, instead of just being spring, I wear this a lot in the summer because, again, the lime kind of citruses it up, kind of makes it a little more summery, and that's from the House of Guerlain. Also, from the House of Guerlain, we have, and that is Guerlain Homme, the EDT. The next one that we actually have is the EDP version, Guerlain Homme Intense. This is very similar. Rum. You get a very strong rum note in this, not the citrus, with the mint and the woody base. This is more like spring or maybe cool fall to me. But it's a really good fragrance. This lasts a hell of a lot longer than this one here. Maybe because it's an EDP. Hey, who knew? But this fragrance here, again, is light, fresh, summer fare. This, to me, spring, like when it's still cooler spring, and probably very early autumn when it's, still kind of cool outside. You could probably rock the hell out of that as well. Also, from the House of Guerlain, again, we have La Instant de Guerlain au Extrême. This is the original black bottled version. The current one is like white or clear, and I've been told that it's been reformulated some. I know my boy Raj said that it's very similar, and I mean I really trust his nose, so I'm sure that it's got to be pretty close to this. I doubt highly that it's a shadow of itself. Guerlain, I'd kill him if they did it. But yeah, this is a great fragrance. Very masculine, kind of mature. It's patchouli. You get like a cocoa feel, woodsy, but it's a very manly, masculine, but yet mature. And not when I say mature, I don't mean like an old man, but just somebody more sophisticated would wear something like this. But again, patchouli. You get good patch, and it's clean patch. It's not like dirty hippie patch. And again, cocoa and some woods, little vanilla. It's a really good fragrance. La Instant de Guerlain au Extrême, pour homme. Really good stuff. Yeah, it says au Extrême on the bottom at the top, and that it's an EDP. So, all right, last two that we have from the House of Guerlain. These are both from their higher end Guerlain fragrance line. These are from like their exclusive sets. This one here would be Tonka Imperial. I actually purchased this fragrance here. I bought when I was down in Epcot at the Guerlain boutique in Epcot Center. Wonderful experience as well. It's a really nice boutique. But so this has a special place in my heart for that trip. Once I got it, I wore it several times. But this is kind of like an almond cookie, Tonka, sweet, little tobacco-y. Again, some people will say this is similar to like pure Havana. I kind of understand what they're saying, but this is on a totally different level than pure Havana as far as like the Tonka sweetness, tobacco kind of feel goes. Only in the beginning are they similar, and then again, this is kind of almondy tobacco, like almondy cookie kind of. Oh, it's just good shit. Cannot wait to wear it this fall, which is right around the corner. It just needs to cool down, man. It's really been hot on the East Coast. And the final fragrance that I have from the Guerlain line is also from this series of fragrances, and this one would be, gotta flip it around. Everybody knows this. Spiritus Double Vanille. This is the quintessential. I can't even freaking speak. Sorry, long day at work. The quintessential vanilla fragrance. Vanilla, incense. Cologne of the Missions is a very cheap, is kind of, I mean, again, I'm not trying to knock it, is the poor man's version of that fragrance. Does not have the balls, does not have the complexity that Spiritus Double Vanille has, but it has a very similar vanilla. If you're going out, that's what you're wearing. If you want that nice vanilla to, make a soothing bedtime, like I sometimes do, you're wearing Cologne de Mission so you don't waste that juice. You're going to the supermarket, you're wearing the other one. You're going to, a friend's house and want to make an impression, that's the one that you're going to wear. Beautiful fragrance, smoky vanilla, and incense. The incense aspect of the fragrance is missing in the more inexpensive version. But then again, the amount of money that the other fragrance is, I mean, you could just spray it on a whim and just smell wonderful for what it is. It's definitely the Colognes de Missions, very, very well worth its money, and that'll be in one of my later videos where, you know, I'm kind of showing fragrances that smell like more expensive counterparts in most cases. So again, these are my fragrances from the house of Guerlain. Let me move these over here once. From the house of Guerlain, Chanel, and then Hermes. So this is, I believe, part 4. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Plenty more to come. Thanks again for watching. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.